While the impeachment inquiry dominates national headlines, 2020 Democratic hopefuls are in Des Moines right now for one of the most important events before the Iowa caucuses. 14 candidates will take the stage tonight at the Liberty and Justice celebration. Polls say that Senator Elizabeth Warren has a 5-point lead in Iowa. CBS News special correspondent Alex Wagner is co-host of Showtime's The Circus. She is outside the Wells Fargo Arena that's in downtown Des Moines. Alex, always good to see you. How's the impeachment inquiry impacting the voters there?
Well, Gayle, it doesn't have quite the same impact here as it does in Washington. Here in Iowa, bread and butter issues like health care and jobs, those still matter the most. And tonight's dinner is it's a moment for candidates to show the power of their message and the strength of their ground game.
Are those balloons? They're actually called thunder sticks.
On the eve of one of Iowa's largest political events of the season, campaigns are scrambling.
Hey, Joan, this is Sydney with Cory Booker's campaign.
The Liberty and Justice celebration is a chance for Democratic candidates like Kamala Harris and Cory Booker to define the narrative and raise expectations.
Thank you, Iowa!
It's where then-Senator Barack Obama's presidential campaign was jolted to life in 2007, helping catapult him past Hillary Clinton and putting him on a path toward the nomination.
If they don't do well here, and by doing well, if they aren't in the top 2 or 3, it's over for them.
Matt Paul was Hillary Clinton's Iowa director for her 2016 presidential campaign.
Does impeachment matter at all? Does it make any kind of impact among the voting electorate in Iowa?
I don't think it's going to outweigh the importance of health care on the specific issues of co-pays, on premiums, on prescription drugs. That's what Iowans are dialed in on.
Iowa polling expert Ann Seltzer says impeachment animates the national audience, but in her state, the issue plays differently.
When Speaker Pelosi announced that she was starting the inquiry, I thought, I'm just going to keep my ear to the ground and see what happens here. And it was strangely silent. And really, I have not heard that many Iowans sort of start jumping up and down on either side.
While the Democratic field is big and volatile, I can tell you from here on the ground in Des Moines that there is a lot of interest in Senator Elizabeth Warren and Mayor Pete Buttigieg, and a lot of concern about the prospects for the national frontrunner, Vice President Joe Biden. Gayle?
Yeah, their perspective is interesting to hear from the Iowa voters. There's a whole big world outside of Washington. But, Alex, let's talk about Kamala Harris. I know you know that. So she's shaking up her campaign, we hear, laying off some staff members and shifting a lot of her resources to Iowa. What does that say to you about her strategy?
Harris has money problems. There's a lack of perceived enthusiasm. She doesn't do that well in national polling. But the truth from the Iowa polling is that she's a lot of people's second and third choice. And so she could have a strong finish in the Iowa caucus, which will be critical to continuing momentum for her campaign and, more importantly, convincing donors that they should give her campaign money.
All right.
So they are all in on Iowa, Gayle.
Got it. Thank you very much, Alex.